While agents are asking you to buy 99-year leasehold properties, they may be quietly buying freehold properties. Here's why. Hi guys, this is Marcus, and as per earlier on we mentioned, a lot of agents will be telling you 99-year leasehold properties can buy. Owning a freehold property has always been a dream of many of the Singaporean buyers because the level of scarcity makes it very exclusive, and the prospect of owning it forever as a legacy is really very attractive. So in this video, from a position that I've purchased 99-year leasehold properties, 999 properties, and also freehold property as well, I want to share with you my thoughts and what you should be looking out for. How this video is going to be done is we will be going through a quick introduction on different lease terms in the Singapore property market. Secondly, I'll be sharing with you my personal journey from buying a 99-year leasehold, 999, then to a freehold. What was my journey? And for you to find some relevance over there so that you can see what you should be doing for yourself. Last but not least, I'm going to share with you my final thoughts on whether you should be buying a freehold or leasehold property. Now, before we move on, if you like real estate content like this, especially personal experience sharing, do me a favor, like this video because it's going to help me a great deal. Thank you. In Singapore, there are a few kind of property types. Number one is your typical HDB flats, 99-year leasehold. Condos, there are 99-year leasehold as well, which predominantly the GLS, I would say entirely GLS will all be 99-year leasehold because government has stopped selling freehold land already. There's 999-year leasehold. There's also freehold properties. And today we're just focusing on residential because for commercial industrial, you even have the leasehold properties, which honestly, usually I ask my clients not to buy, but that is an altogether separate topic. If you wish to find out more about that, drop that in the comments. Happy to elaborate a bit more. Typically, what would be the main concern for most people when buying a 99-year leasehold is that there is this thing called a Bala curve. I won't elaborate. Basically, you can search, I will link them in the description. It says that for leasehold properties, property value will depreciate over time. However, when you look at the real statistic, actually it proves otherwise, and I have some data over here, and all these are things that you can find on the internet, so we won't elaborate too much. And there's one thing that sometimes I feel very confused is that there are clients that come to me, say they want to buy freehold property. I give them a recommendation of a 999. They say that no, I only want freehold. Honestly, there's no right, no wrong. If you ask me from a value perspective, actually there's no difference. And why do I say that there's no difference? Looking at this article from 99.co, many people mistaken that today a 999-year leasehold property can be acquired back by the government and a freehold cannot. If that's what you are thinking, you are not correct because this is one of the instances where a 4-storey Thomson Road freehold property that is being acquired to make way for the North-South corridor. So sorry to burst the bubble, freehold properties can also fall under the Land Acquisition Act. So long story short, freehold, 999, no difference. Not many people would expect to own a property for 1,000 years. So before 100 years, you probably already have sold the property away or maybe already en bloc or exited. Freehold and 999, about the same. Leasehold and 999, definitely is very different in terms of value perspective. At age 31, we bought our first HDB flat together with my wife, back then girlfriend, and the thought process was very clear. I was just starting my real estate team, building the real estate business, and she was working in the town. We wanted somewhere that is close to the town, and most importantly, her CPF can cover most of the mortgage so that I can fully channel my resources to building my real estate team. 3 years down the road, my wife actually joined me in real estate. Of course, we built a more successful team and we had more confidence to move forward with a higher income. Therefore, we wrote into HDB to appeal for early sale and we managed to get it. My wife subsequently went to buy a new launch property in the west side. I bought another new property in the west as well, and we rented somewhere very near to my mother, and it was really very nice other than the fact that we had to stay in a rented property. And some people will be asking us why we have to rent, why don't just buy a resale property? And these are all together different topic, but basically we are going for the capital gain. We felt that we were already late boomers buying our private property at 35 because a lot of my friends already bought their private properties at 32. So we feel that we have to take the fast track way, and buying new launch to us at that point in time, we felt that that was the right thing to do because we didn't have any kids yet. Subsequently, after 3 years of wait out for the SSD for both properties, we sold it off. Now we have a kid, we have a boy, and a very, very cute boy. So we need the space, and we thought that buying a landed property, it was the dream that I had. Not really so much of the value, but really the dream that maybe one day you want to stay in a landed property. I also don't know why lah. Actually, because last time I stayed in Kampong. So it's just an aspiration of Singaporeans to buy a landed property, and I went on to buy a landed property 999 in Bukit Timah area. And interestingly, back then I had a few choices. I could have bought like a semi-D in the outskirts, not in the core central region, but in the slightly further and also near to my previous place. But eventually we settled for the 999 over here in Bukit Timah because we felt that Bukit Timah CCR, you have a greater chance of exiting at a higher profit. Subsequently, after 2.5 years, staying in this landed property at 6th Avenue. We sold it off for a profit, and then we bought something that is freehold. Yes, it's 2.5 years, you heard me right. And some will be asking me, hey, if you sell at 2.5 years mark, you'll be paying seller stamp duty of few hundred thousand, right? If you're curious, I have a video over here, go check them out if you're also considering for yourself. And back to this video, we eventually bought a freehold property. And is it because we think that 999 year leasehold property is not as good as freehold? No. Absolutely not. It's because the property that I wanted to buy just nice is freehold. The thing I learned from this journey is very in line with the things I advocate over here, which is my 3 golden principles. Number 1, start saving and invest early. Secondly, constantly increase your asset net worth by upgrading your property. Last but not least, try your best to have a 20% buffer when buying a property. All in all, I went fast and furious. I even paid seller stamp duty, and regardless of economic factors of the macro economy, how good it was, how bad it was, I didn't bother. I just look at my own economy, which is my bank account, my earning capacity, and that will form my economy. Why? Because buying properties is always very time sensitive, because the price usually goes up faster than you can save money. After hearing my situation, anyone of you here share similar experience? If you have, do share them in the comment section, because I would love to hear that. And if you're considering whether should you be selling or upgrading or whatnot, feel free to give me a call. I'm happy to share with you my advice as well. My final thoughts over here is very simple. Before you decide whether a free or leasehold property works for you, ask yourself this question. There are so many data that shows that leasehold properties can be profitable and sometimes even outperform freehold properties. If you ask me that the price is more like a sense of security. Over here, which life stage are you in? If you were like me back then, I was trying to grow my wealth, I'm trying to acquire more square footage as much as possible, or I have a growing family that will need the space, you probably want to go for the leasehold. Why? Because the leasehold is usually about 10 to 20% cheaper in terms of per square foot, means you are actually buying a bit more space. Next, you have to consider, are you willing to forego the modern facilities that the 99 newer condos have to offer? Because today, if you are buying into the freehold, most of the time you are looking at slightly older ones or very small projects that don't really offer you that much of facilities and community as well. Are you willing to forego that? Last but not least, when the resale market, when you're looking for a freehold properties, generally you'll get lesser supply. Because a lot of owners buy freehold properties because they don't want to sell. Just like my mom, you ask her to sell a HDB, right? I think she will severe ties with me. She will die that. I think they want to die there, man. Which is quite common for the previous gen. So for freehold properties, a lot of them fall under that category. When you go in, right, you have not that much of option. Sometimes you need to wait very long, and end of the day, you may miss your own personal schedule also. Because like what I say, I look at my own economic situation to determine whether should I buy today. So with that, I hope you learned something today. If you have any more questions, do drop them in the comment section, or you can drop me a call at this number or send me a WhatsApp. And as usual, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notification bell because we post weekly real estate videos like this. Hope you learned something today, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.